Good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to all our distinguished guests at Mentoring Summit India 2024. My name is Manish Lal. I'll be your host and host. You can reach out to me anytime. I'll be here throughout the day. And we are thrilled to have all of you here with us for a what a promising to be an inspiring and enriching day of discussion. I hope it's going to be a wonderful day with insights and collaborative learning. Throughout the day, we will explore a series of exciting sessions. I'm just excited, super excited. I'm waiting to kickstart our sessions, and each sessions are prepared in such a way that will help us to deep dive into the transformative power of mentoring, its impact on individuals and communities, and how we can collectively drive positive change. So today we are privileged to have a lineup of eminent speakers who will be sharing their invaluable experiences and insights with us. Their diverse perspective will inspire us, will challenge us, and will empower us as we all explore the transformative power of mentorship. So let's kick things off. We begin with our first session, the secret recipe, unpacking transformative mentoring relationship with mentors and mentees. So in this session, we will dive into the unique elements that makes the mentorship relationship truly impactful. And let's warmly welcome our speakers, each bringing a unique perspective and wealth of experience. And I want all of you to give a big round of applause to our first speaker. We have Mr. Saransh Agrawal. Good. Thank you. Who's a vice president and a global head of learning and development at Cognizant with over 20 years of experience in HR. Mr. Saransh is passionate about change management and consultative problem solving. Please have a seat, sir. Thank you. Joining him, we have Ms. Sakshi Jain, Senior Associate in Information Systems Operation at Alcon, specializing in SAP and vendor management. Sakshi brings deep expertise in tech and operations. Let's welcome her. Thank you. Next, we are thrilled to have Mr. Mukesh G with us, a mentee from Mentor Together and a graduate in electrical and electronics engineering from the University of Varanaya College of Engineering. Currently, he's interning at the startup MOISIC. Yeah, please. Yeah, let's welcome him. Thank you. Finally, we have Ms. Shushmita, a final year BE student in computer science and engineering at Shri Krishna Institute of Technology. I think we can really give them a big applause, right? I mean, we can do better than what we have done. Good, great. So let's give them a warm welcome as they share their insights and experiences with us today. Over to you, sir.
Sure, thank you. Hello. Hi, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. Thanks for taking time today while we are discussing on a very important topic of mentoring. And obviously, Mentor Together has been in the forefront of developing these relationships. What I'm excited today is because we are having this conversation with two of us, me and myself and my colleague Sakshi, who has been associated as a mentor for about 6 years. And we have two young mentees, Mukesh and Sushmita, who have experienced this particular platform, who have experienced this journey of Mentor Together and really got the benefit from the mentoring aspect of it. So we thought we will use this forum to look into the perspective from both sides. What does a mentor go through? What does it mean? What are the challenges we may face? And from a mentee's perspective also, we would like to hear in this conversation. And we will ensure that we will engage all of you also. Coming from a learning and development background, throwing random quizzes is a habit, so we will keep ensuring that you people are engaged and not slipping off. So with that, let me start off. And Sakshi, if I may start from you. You said 6 years back you enjoyed, I mean, you enrolled as a mentor, and that was a time when you were just starting your career, you're getting your first job, right? Uh, what inspired you to become a mentor? Is there any specific instance or experience in life which you felt that yes, you should be a mentor now?
Okay, thanks for asking that, Saransh. Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Sakshi. I'm working with Alcon as a senior associate, and previously I was working with Walmart. And talking about mentor together, right? So I was from a tier 3 college, okay? And that's how I started my journey. I got into a tier 3 college, though there was some financial issues at my home. But I always wanted to reach at peak. I've always thought like, okay, I can achieve something big. And being from a tier 3 college, as you all know, many of the people sitting here might know like how it feels, like you'll not be getting placements, you'll not be getting any opportunity, okay, and then you have to thrive for it. Okay, so that's how it started my journey. Okay, I started, and once my engineering is done, it was the next day. I was not knowing where I need to go, what I need to do now, how I gonna get the placement. And that's how somewhere there was a thought, what if I had a mentor? Someone who can guide me. Okay, then I decided, people used to say, if you come to Bangalore, for sure you'll get a job. And everyone here feels that Bangalore is a hub. You'll get the job here. And that was something in my heart. Okay, if I go to Bangalore, right, I'll get a job. So I had no opportunity of placement. All I had is one ticket, and that too a train ticket. I was not knowing where I need to go, how I'm gonna find a job. I don't know where shall I go to the company, take my resume and go there. Okay, I need a job. Is there any openings? I was not knowing how do I find it. So that's how I struggled. Probably not much, just for a month, and I had around 7 offer letters in my hand. But that was a time, that 1 month, I knew I didn't eat food properly. I was going in the morning at 7 o'clock back in 2018. I didn't have tea. I just used to go, explore, talk to people, connect to people, and thrive for just one thing. That is one offer letter in my hand. And then that's how it started. When I spoke to a lot of people, right, I really felt that connection. Okay, it's not just me who is looking for a job. It's like a lot of people here who are looking for a job. And every person need a help. And it's been 6 years. I helped 77 plus students to get the job. And yes, I can proudly say, like, I did something in my life, okay? And that's where the journey started of Mentor Together, okay? When I was there in the Wipro was my first organization, okay? Then when I got associated to that, there was an email that we are looking for the mentors. And, they wanted some mentors who can guide engineering students. So there was a university, Phule University, okay? So I enrolled for that, and fortunately I was selected for that, and I was connected to a lot of people. And all those students, right, they are from unprivileged section of our society. So I would still say they were not having that level of good communication skills, and somewhere they're lacking in resume, and they were finding difficulty. Everyone has their personal issues, right? So there were a lot of things that they were lacking in, okay? And I, as a person, I'm quite conscious about all those things. If I'm starting something, I'll make sure to end it properly. And my goal is only to give them and guide them to get a job. Somehow, I don't know how, but I'm gonna put my 100% in that journey. So that's how, when I started guiding them, some were selected in a very good product-based companies. So even though now, 6 years back, and now they still call me, their parents call me, and they say, "Ma'am, Because of you, our kid's life has changed. Now he is earning more than we could ever think of. And that was the journey that I started with. And now I can proudly say each one of you here should at least do something for someone. And you should, if you're in a situation to help somebody, right, then you should always do that and you should always put your 100% of efforts. So that's how, Saransh, I started my journey. Hope that answers your
No,
question.
it does, Sakshi, and it's so impressive. I love the way you explain about not knowing anything in a new city with 7 offer letters. It's a luxury not many people can afford. And then the most important part is changing the life of the 77 students and continuing the count continues. So thank you for sharing your journey and the expectation that everybody should go and kind of influence somebody's life. Moving on to Sushmita, you have experienced now mentoring, right? And it could be a big and daunting word, right? It could mean different things. It could be misunderstood a different way. What I would like to know from you that when you were first introduced to Mentor Together and you were asked that, hey, this is a mentoring journey happening, what was going in your head? What experience you went about it? Just if you can share some of that experience.
Thank you, sir. Hello everyone. I'm Sushmita. I'm mentee from Ment Together. I'm happy to share you that I'm sharing my experience just because of the Mentor Together. I'm the person that I won't speak much. I won't speak with a stranger, and I won't stand only. Actually, I'll run off. Initial days before entering into mentoring, I was facing the circumstances like I was little different person, introvert as I said. Coming to the technical part where I'm studying in SKIT, that is Sri Krishna Institute of Technology, computer science background. From the pre-university board, I am a biology student actually. From there, I shifted to computer science. I was totally confused what I'm taking. I was totally confused actually. I was blank. At that time, the mentoring team, the Mentor Together, came to my institution where I was a little blank and I was not sure to take that. Uh, I thought initially mentoring would be like the one who will be guiding like that. I won't speak anything. He would be guiding, just I'll be saying, yeah, yes, like that. I thought just like that. But it's completely different. As I'm here to share my transformative journey, as I said, I'm introvert. There was an inferiority complex for me to speak in front of everyone, as I was the person who couldn't talk with a one stranger. Here, in front of so many people, there are so many strangers, I'm able to talk. I think that's the best example I could give. From the mentoring summit, this is the mentoring summit, we are celebrating the 15th anniversary of Mentor Together. That's a great part. As that was my initial instance, my mentor was so calm, composed. In the initial sessions, I wouldn't talk only. I wouldn't on my camera. I wouldn't put on my speaker to talk. Even though he was trying to speak with me, I was not actually. After 2 to 3 sessions, based on his incredible friendly nature or his way of approach, made me to speak. Actually, that was the great thing. That's how I started. So.
Wonderful, Sushmita. I mean, can anyone believe what she's saying that she couldn't speak to even one person and here standing, I mean, sitting at a podium and addressing all of us, such confidence which you
Thank
have.
you, sir.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing it. And Mukesh, if I can ask you to share your thinking. So we are aware that Mentor Together platform, it matches mentees with the mentors. It has its own algorithm, it's a logic which comes up. But if you are asked that what kind of uh, capabilities or what kind of qualities are you looking in a mentor? Or what do you think worked well when you were matched with your mentor, and what was your initial thinking, and what impressed you about your mentor? And share it as a mentee, what went into your head.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mukesh. So as sir told, even starting this journey was not my decision in the beginning. So when Mentor Together team approached our college, so this was during the 2020 and before 2021, because of Corona. And during that time,
We can all say
so
pre-COVID and post-COVID. It's become that
yeah.
word.
Yeah. So during the pre-COVID and so uh, this happened, the introductory session happened in the online. And I didn't know that Mentor to Go has come like that. So my friend attended it and he suggested me that, come man, let's go through this. I thought, okay, why man? Already I am not interested in this. Like, and he told, yeah, man, it's free, man. It's completely free like that. Then okay, yeah, then okay, let's dive in like that. I gave in. Then, but after starting, um, uh, it was, we didn't have much preconceived thoughts like that. So we thought, whatever happens, already we are in home doing nothing. So, le- let's see what happens like that. Then finally I got my mentor, and so she was a ma'am, and luckily, so in my mother tongue is Telugu. So even my mentor was a Telugu speaking person. So that connected us both together. Uh, Initially, when we started, we thought how to manage this along with, since we are also new to our college like that, how to balance this both. This question came to my mind. Then uh, this program was scheduled in such a way it is both convenient even for the mentor and as well as for the mentee. Just just by spending a few hours in a week, like maybe during the weekends or when we are free during the weekdays. So uh, this started like uh, we, uh, we used to not only discuss the what was there in been scheduled for us, but because we got joined together, uh, got connected by our Telugu speaking. So we used to discuss about extracurricular, like where is ma'am working and what does she do and what are her hobbies like that. So this this made me gave me a little bit free time from what I could I during free from my academic thing. So that is how it happens. Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Thank you, Mukesh. And I like your honesty and transparency about that. It was free. We are not doing anything, and it's so interesting. In my initial uh, connect with some of the mentees, and when I check with them, why are you a mentee? Why do you enroll into this program? I guess 70% would have said exactly the same thing. They came to the college, it's free. We have to do something, so we just get into it. So it's very, I would say, very honest confession, and that's the reality of the situation, that we do not understand the power of mentoring, and unless we experience it, we do not get it. Sakshi, wanted to share something?
Yeah, even I think when I connected with few people, right, like I mentored a lot of them and they were like, ma'am, it's free. And I'm thinking like, I'm in my fourth year, I'll get something out of this. So there is a long way, right? You need to understand what exactly they require. So yeah, even I feel that. How about you, Saransh? How did you start and what motivated you to start with this journey? Anything that is very specific?
Sure, thanks, Sakshi. So, see, I come from a era of where we rode the IT wave when it was really, really going up. And what it meant for my career, I spent 25 years in one company. I joined as a trainee. I'm still with the same organization. Not think it's a good or bad, but that's where we are. But what it did to me, I was just going with the flow. Organization is growing, industry is going with the flow without thinking about what I am doing, where I am going. And it reached a point, what I say, a point of inflection for myself where I really didn't know what I'm doing and what purpose I have or what should I be doing. I'm talking about my career part of it. And interestingly, my supervisor and one of my close friend and colleague in the same organization, when I tried to check with them, they became my mentor. We didn't know the relationship or the word mentor, but they posed very curious questions. They forced me to think and reflect. And that's where my mindset started changing that, okay, everybody needs a mentor. And later I got an opportunity to certify myself as a coach for ICF, and Mentor Together happened to come to our organization through our CSR initiative, got enrolled. So that's the journey for which it started. I'm so happy that being part of Mentor Together experience for last 10 plus years. So thank
That's so
you.
impressive, Saransh. Really.
Sure. Thank you. Let me shift a bit. And in the morning session, if many of us have heard Arundhati and the panel, there was a term which was used, a relationship continuum. And it's a fact. I think Mukesh talked about it, that the person, his mentor, the lady, they connected over Telugu language, right? Sushmita talked about that the first two or three times she couldn't even talk to the individual. So Sakshi, if I might start from you, we all are absolutely strangers first time when we connect as a mentor-mentee, right? Yeah. There is generation gap, there is experience gap, there is a social gap. Everything is new, right? And now we are just kind of clubbed together and say, hey, mentoring relationship, let's start this journey, right? So how do we form the relationship continuum, which starts what we call as the working alliance, which means we have to make each other feel comfortable so that we can trust each other. What has been your journey? And if you have to share some tips for the budding mentors, how do you develop that trust and confidence in the pair?
Okay, so that's a nice question. So when I start with my mentorship journey, right? First of all, I'm a serious person, so I need someone who is serious enough for this mentorship. Though 90% of the people are not. I'll be very honest with you. So when I start with my call, right, I'll be like, okay, fine, you introduce yourself. What are your career aspirations? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? Okay. And how can I help you to achieve that, right? So many of you here are either mentors or the mentees. So you might be having some aspiration. Okay, my goal is to get into a company, right, where I can excel myself. Okay, so I need that short term and long term goal. And I, being a computer science student, how can I help in that? I left coding 6 years back. I have a lot of my colleagues working with Google, Microsoft, and I ask them, okay, I'm not sure about this array and all those things. Can you just help one of my mentee? So that's how I'm gonna help them. See, I may not be a correct person, but I can find a way to get that question answered. So if you talk about relationship, right, when I see someone is being serious, I see their short-term dreams, okay? I see their dreams, I see their short-term goals, okay? And I'll see if that person is serious enough or not. And then I'm gonna start with my journey. So first of all, there is an introduction session, okay? And then I'll see if we have a common hobby. And that actually works, right? When you see something that is similar, you are having similar, I am having similar. You like to cook, I also like to cook. Okay, we have something similar. Because when they're talking, right, as Sushmita said, Like she is introvert. I had my lot of mentees who are introvert. They don't like to talk. They'll just like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Fine, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. And I'm like, she's not answering. I keep on asking. So I found a one solution to that. Okay, you like cooking, I like cooking. What did you cook last week? And she's like, ma'am, I cooked cutlet. Okay, what is the recipe of the cutlet? I also wanted to cook. And that's how you make someone being comfortable. You always have to find a way you can make your mentee comfortable. Okay, and then after three conversation, right? One, two, and three. What I do is, let's have a video call. No, let's see each other. Let's have some video call. And then I'll be like, okay, where's your family? Who all are there in your family? I try to connect to their family as well, so that there is a bond. So that's what I said it in my last question, that when I talk to my mentee, the parents are more excited to talk to me. They're like, okay, Sakshi is there in the call. Okay, let me talk to them. So that's how you build that trust. And when you see someone is having dream, right, you should be sure there would be something that would come up in the middle. For me, it was financial issues. I had no mentor. For someone, it would be a personal life situation which they'll not be comfortable to share. Someone, it would be financial. Someone, it would be, they'll not be able to express themselves. There is something that is in the middle. So you need to see. They'll not be telling that. Okay, one thing that you need to make sure is that you need to grab that thing. Okay, what this person is lacking in, there is something that she is missing, and that you have to answer. Okay, communication skill is the issue, family issues is the problem, personal issues is the problem. So you need to seek that, and you need to see what is missing. So that's how I start. I communicate with them on very informal ground, and I talk to the parents. I make sure they're being comfortable to share their personal issues. Or, mentorship is not just about, okay, this girl needs a job, I need to help. It's not about that. If you are calling someone as your mentee, you need to make sure you are there for that person. Okay? So, one thing that you need to make sure, it's not about an year, which Mentor Together promises, okay, we'll assign this mentee to you. It will be for an year or two. It's not about year and two. When you keep that promise that I'm the mentor, you have to be there for that person. That's what I feel in my journey, and I feel that each one of you, if you're promising to take one mentee, take less. But you be there for that person. It's very important. Because when I see the journey, right, journey of the life is not easy. There are challenges, there are problems, but not everyone is lucky enough to get a mentor. So you have to be there for the person you promised. So even now, if I say, right, one of my mentee had to get married, and it was fortunately a love marriage, okay? So family was not agreeing to it, and she was constantly in touch with me, ma'am, what do I do? Ma'am, I'm in depression, ma'am. So journey was done. It was my first year in my college, journey was done. Now again, if that person have reached out to me, there is a trust. You need to build that trust. You need to see that person is happy enough in their life. So that's how I make the relationship, and I personally feel, have less people in your life. Be there for them. Do your best. And if possible, do something for that one person. It will change their life. So that's
No, thank you.
how I.
So it starts with the cutlet pe charcha, and possibly you also got reverse mentored on some of the recipes. But building the trust and being with them for a longer journey, and I guess that's the difference between just being a trainer for a skill versus a mentor in your life. And on that note, Mukesh, on the same topic, right? When you interacted with your mentor, were there any difficult moments, would you like to share, where in the early days you found it very difficult to connect, or how did you develop that trust with your mentor?
Yes, sir. as with every journey, as ma'am rightly mentioned, that there will be challenges inevitably. But for me, as I mentioned before also, since it was just the beginning, and in the beginning, things start to pick up well. But as we go on, that is when challenges come, and as known before, the time management was a problem for us because ma'am was from Hyderabad, so she connected from there, and she found it difficult to for the sessions to turn up. So some sessions had to be rescheduled, or we had to plan after some time. So during that time, so what we thought, that was one problem. And when ma'am turned up after when we rescheduled it, so even then she used to already be doing, not, she thought that, oh, let's not extend it more. So she used to do it on like multitasking. So used to talk and do our work at the same time. So I felt, okay, ma'am, are you doing something, some other work like that? Yeah, ma'am, she was very
Open
like
about it.
open about that. And also she used to mention openly that, yeah, I have more work, so I am doing this as well. So that was the one of the
One of the
problems,
challenges,
challenges,
the
yes.
time management part of it. Sushmita, would you like to share some things? How you built your trust with your mentor early days, first 2, 3 sessions, what happened?
Yes, sir. As Sakshi ma'am well said, ma'am. Actually, that's true. That's the actual thing. What is happening? Of course, as I said, I'm introvert. I won't talk anything like that. My mentor was so pleasant. He was to ask me like, what about your family? How are you doing? What's going on your institution? What are you learning like this? As I'll be saying like, sir, I like throw ball. Oh, I'll also like throw ball, ma. I was playing well at my time. Like that, it built the trust as of like that. He was so well, means like-minded, so that I could able to say all my concerns of aspect, what is my state of mind. As I said, the initial time was so crucial for me as I took computer science. It was completely a technical field where I don't know C, C++, Java, anything like that. There were so many suggestions from my shears like you go for Python, you go for Java. There were many booming technologies as we know Python, Java, blockchain, artificial intelligence. You go for artificial intelligence or machine learning like that. I approached my mentor, sir, I'm facing like this issue. What should I do, sir? I'm totally blank. I'm totally confused on which background, on which domain I should choose for my internship or my mini project as such. My mentor just said that, Sushmita, what is your interest? What is your interest? What do you like? Like, don't choose all the thing. You can't excel everything. The excel in your thing will be the interest. The basic key thing is interest. On which interest you will be standing upon, where you can excel. That was the key thing he was saying. And one more thing, whatever the thing you go, just go with the flow and be consistent in what you are doing. The consistency will be the key tool to succeed in any of the domain or which you will choose. That was the thing. It was so friendly. I love to say his name, Raghuveer sir.
Wonderful,
That's
That's
wonderful.
so wonderful. Seriously, if you remember your mentor, that's something really special if they could do something for you and it would create a lifelong impact in your life. That's
Yes,
really
ma'am.
wonderful.
That was a beautiful relationship actually. I would carry a long time. It would be long term.
So if I have to summarize and share my experience on this point, 2 things I learned in my journey also. Number one, starting that conversation, first connect, I would say first 2 or 3 connect. Talking about career, subjects, courses, academics are absolutely no-no. I don't know how you feel about it, but my experience has been do not delve into those pieces, right? connecting over hobbies, and respecting the time of each other. That's the most important piece. So for me, for each of my mentee, it has always been movies because I love watching movies. So eventually it comes to, okay, what kind of movies you watch and what is there. In fact, I have still have recommendations from the mentee say, sir, I've watched this movie or this Netflix series. Would you like to watch it? I know you would enjoy it. So that's the kind of camaraderie you build with your mentees. And the second is the sports. In India, most of the time, sports works out as a good connection point. I think what Mukesh talked about the time, I, I feel anybody who is going to be a mentor, they need to be equally respectful of the mentee's time. If I'm giving a 45 minutes for that particular session, I expect the mentee to join in at 7:45, whatever the scheduled time. I should also be 100% present, only focused on that mentee, and it comes out. Mukesh experienced it in the early time that yes, she was not fully there. There have been instances, and the great part is Mentor Together also provides this kind of a guideline that even if you're scheduling a session, do not change the session without 48 hours notice because both sides have kind of blocked that time. So be respectful. Don't think that we are a professional, we are working in a corporate, or we have some other work to do and mentee is just a student. No. So that unless that time trust comes into play, we will not be able to develop because it's a mutual respect and the trust which comes into play. So thank you. And like I promised, we will have conversation with you also, not just here. So my first question, and any one of you can please share your thoughts, are according to you, what are some common misconceptions about mentoring? Please, and you can take these mics.
Challenges and also opportunities and advantages. One of the things that I would like to start with to answer your question is the biggest misconception is that mentees, when they first are introduced to the concept of getting a mentorship, um, it so happens that the image that is formed is that it is a very transactional nature of engagement, you know. So I think the first couple of conversations that mentors have with mentees need to be to establish the fact that this is not a transactional engagement, but more of an experiential engagement, where mentors are not here to just deliver you something or help you just achieve some one particular outcome and just move on in life, right? They're there to help you unlock the potential that is there inside you and also to help you actually solve for problems or challenges or whatever it is that you are looking to face. So I believe that the biggest misconception is where people come in with the notion that, okay, if I get into a mentorship, I'll achieve something and I'm just moving on in life,
No,
right?
thank you. And I guess that's what Sushmita highlighted, that initially she also thought that mentor will just come and guide, prescribe a way, and she will just follow that way. So thank you. Can we invite ma'am at the back for sharing her views?
Hi everyone, good morning. I'm Jia Malhotra, and I've also again been a mentee as well, and now a peer mentor. I've been teaching, or let's say mentoring students on entrepreneurship and change making. And I've also started ventures of my own. So I think whenever I think of mentoring or mentorship, it has now become a buzzword in my opinion. Whenever people think about getting mentored or mentoring someone, they think that it has to be authoritative. You know, you have to listen to someone and then try to impress them in the next session saying that, oh, I've done the same thing. I think you shouldn't try to impress your mentor. Rather, you know, try to establish a connect in which both of the parties, the mentor and the mentee, know that progress is being made. Don't disappoint them, but also don't try to exaggerate things. Be very transparent because in that way you will also grow and your mentor will also grow as a mentor, knowing what happens in the entire process as well. So I think that's what I had to share today.
Sure, thank you. So mentoring is not about authoritative or prescribing something. It's all about creating a journey together towards some kind of a common goal. Thank you. Please, sir.
Yeah, I had a question for Sakshi and you first, and then to the two of them. My name's Ajay. My question was that as mentors, and maybe Sakshi first, you could
Okay,
help me with
okay.
this. That as you know, by being a mentor, what is the few skills that you think you've picked up which will add value to your own career and your own leadership growth?
So, first thing I would say communication skills because you get to learn a lot, okay? Second thing is when you are advising something to somebody, right? First thing you would do is you will implement that in your life. There's something that you do, and when you have to take a session, very obvious, you'll research it. You'll make sure to give your 100%. So I learned to Google it. I'll be very honest to you, and when I'm explaining something, I'll make sure I have hundreds of point in that. Okay, so I learned to research. My communication skill got improved. Okay, third thing is that I was a very practical person. Okay, if you give me a question, I'll find a solution to it. But sometimes you don't have to be a practical person. All you have to do is sit back, relax, and listen to that person. So I developed that calmness and that patience in me that helped me a lot. Even if you tell me 10,000 words about me and you try to disturb my peace, right? I'll just answer, okay, note it. Simple. That's what I learned from my journey. I am being a very calm person from last almost 4 years, which I was not. Honestly, I was not. But that's what I learned from this journey, right? You will have problems in your life. Whatever you do, if you I got into Wipro, right? I told you. I had a lot of offer letters and I got into Wipro. Now from Wipro, your ambitions will be always high. Okay? And when I talk to my mentees, no, ma'am, I wanted to get there. So that helped me to set my ambitions as well. Okay, if she wanted to get there, what is the best I can get? So after working in Wipro, I was like, I have 3 companies. I wanted to get there. Now I need to prepare for the best. Okay? And if I'm trying for best, I may or I may not be able to achieve that, but I know I'll land somewhere. If you're trying to shoot on the moon, you'll land somewhere out there. So that's what I have learned
Thank
from
you.
my journey. Thank you.
Saransh, for you.
For me, number one, it was that humility to appreciate that many things which I took it for granted, they were not they were not easy from a mentee's point of view. Very simple things, simple expectations. I would say even the communication and the words and the English language itself, some things you just understand and say, "Hey, that's what it means." I think that's not there, and it opened up a world view for me. And second, how do I explain things? Because when you're in a corporate world, there is a general different kind of an expectation, but you're talking to a student who not understand many of those concepts, and then you have to explain not using those English which is written there, but then you have to create some examples which are more meaningful and then use it. So that requires, like Sakshi said, it requires a lot of preparation. You just can't go take it on the fly kind of a thing. So that preparation and ability to explain is what I learned.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Dr. Mahesh. Actually, I just wanted to know that nowadays the students are having the different taste and preferences. Uh, when it comes to that mentoring, is this any platform to select that mentors for the mentees?
So Mentor to Go itself helps you, and I will ask even Sushmita and Mukesh to share their experience, but what platform does is collect their experience, their interest level, it collects our experience, our interest level, and then it matches with the backend algorithm.
Sometimes it may be a mismatch, right?
Yes, that's where first connect is all about what we call as the relationship building or the frequency building. I have had experiences when I joined. I mean, in one of my case, there was a girl who was mapped to me. We had first session connect, and after that, that girl went back to the mentor together and said, "No, I don't think so. Saransh is the right mentor for me."
Yes.
And that's okay. That's what is the purpose is that we need to, the mentee also has a choice. And the talk with Mukesh explain. And Mukesh, maybe one of you can share your thoughts.
So, sir, as I told in the beginning, I mentioned journey. So, every journey, what we'll do, we'll plan a route and we'll follow that route. Same thing happened with me, and the journey continued. We know unexpected diversions come. The same twist happened in my journey as well. So, as we also felt that, as I told, time management was becoming difficult. So I thought I mentioned to one of the team member that, sir, this is becoming little bit of challenge. So I wanted to be smooth. So can we discuss something on this? So there was an option that if the mentor agreed, or if they inquired her if she can continue, or if she had any other work she can continue, or so they told, okay, she dropped out.
Okay.
So she dropped out, and for me, like double the mark, I got the second mentor. So then this time it worked very well, because this time, previously the background and all, it was not matching. I mean, technical background. But this time, I am from electrical and electronics background. So even my mentor was from the same background, working in HP company, and his name is Nitish. Sorry for this much late.
You should be sorry. You should be happy about it. And Nitish should be happy. Great job.
So that's so since we had commonality in the technical background, we could discuss more and be more connected.
And I think that's the beauty of this particular platform, the Mentor Together, where I keep saying it gives equal respect and position to mentee and mentor. It's not about mentor being brought at a pedestal and they are spending time, and as a mentee, you are just supposed to kind of be grateful about it. No, it's equal. And both parties have equal responsibilities to work together for a relationship, and both parties have an equal option to break that relationship and say, no, it's not working. Right?
And one more question, sir.
Sure.
Actually, I gone through that Mentoring Together app. I observed that in the mentors list, the company name, actually the list is includes only the corporate sector. Right? Is there any mentors who belongs to that civil services or?
So I think I will pass on this question to the Mentor Together team. You have experts sitting there. Maybe offline later you can have that discussion. I wouldn't
Because
be able to.
I feel that actually the many the people who are serving, there are also very talented people who can do
No, I'm
this
sure.
mentoring.
I
Yeah.
absolutely agree. But let the
Because
Mentor
I
Together
observed that the
team.
many the persons, the panel members, all of them are from the corporate sector only.
That's not true. Morning session, I don't think there was anyone from the corporate sector. The entire panel
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
was not from the
The
corporate sector.
the most of them are from
Yeah,
corporate sector.
sure, but good, great point. Let me, we'll come back to you, sir, in few
Thank you.
minutes. But let me kind of shift on the impact of mentoring as a journey. And let me start, Sushmita, from you. Can you share an experience where, based on your mentoring journey or a mentor provided guidance, it changed your perspective or approach how you addressed a particular solution? How did it really impact you in your life?
Yes, sir. At the end of the day, whatever the thing is, I should get a job. That's the that's the thing I was looking upon. Approaching to my mentor, sir, I just need a good job, sir. That was the major thing I was looking upon. My mentor was asking, what are the things that you are looking into? My approach was, I was looking at to build a resume, or to look into a group discussion, to build my communication skill, what and all the things I should do, sir. Like that was my approach. He conducted so many activities, like there were three fellow mentees with me also. We were three, and he was the one mentor with us. He was making the activities like within us. He created a discussion about the topic, the current affairs, anything like that. He has mentioned so many links, so many platforms where I could build my communication skill, or to pass my resume, to build a resume. What are the major things, pros and cons you have to do, what you have to add, what are the skills you have to add. He has suggested me so many internships through which you can build your career. As I said, sir, I approached him, sir, I'm interested in Java. Shall I go for Java? Yes, of course, Sushmita. Of course, the interest which you are in the background will be the good thing to move forward or put upon where you are standing. That was the approach. My conception was, will I get a job? Will I pass the interview? Will I get the job? At the end of the day, that was the question for me. Uh, his way of approach helped me to, actually, I qualified one of the round at Jaro company. Within all his instructions he has given, I've just put across the interview. There is a second round still I need to clear, sir. That was the a real-time example that I could say whatever my mentor approach I've given for.
So congratulations for clearing first round, and we are all confident
That
that
was
you
the
will
great thing, sir.
clear.
Actually, for me, the first round, clarifying for a first round is big thing for me.
Absolutely, and we all wish you that you will definitely finish the next round and achieve a lot more success.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
On the same point, I mean, Mukesh, if I may ask you, how has this mentoring journey, what you have had, helped you excel, do good in your academics, in your career aspiration? Can you share some thoughts about it?
Yes, sir, definitely. So, as I told now, sir, not ma'am. Uh, so, even I had the same problem. When I started to discuss, my first question was, since the mentor to go, they came and told that they would provide guidance on work related, like being work ready, like that, with that caption. So even I was aligned towards that, and more extremely aligned to say. Uh, from the starting itself, I used to ask every question related to job only. Like, sir, how will this happen? Like, how to attend the interview and how to prepare for the interview. Myself was like, I'm already with so much of stress with these guys asking the technical questions only like that. So me not only discussed like that. So when sir he wanted me to uh, take the route. I mean, he gave an example like, see, I had already known that, okay, what we'll study, regarding that only we'll do the job. But sir blew my mind that, Mukesh, see, whatever you study, eventually when you get to the work, that is alone will not help. So I thought, oh my God. I thought if I just be academically good, and if I do this, okay, I can be like a master like that. But he told, no, it doesn't happen always like that. And he told that new things will come which you didn't expect at all will come. For that, your experience, let's say, so he was working in HP company. He gave an example when he is working on some project. So he faced, though he had a knowledge, technical knowledge, during the project, he faced a few challenges which uh, did not be in the ballpark of his knowledge. So like that, he told me that, so how to, so for this is like, okay, the next step is unknown. So what will you do? So like that, for that, we only need to be open. And you need to take that step. You can't be at the harbor itself. You need to sail at some point. So that's what impacted me to take the next step without thinking too much. Just take the next step like that.
No, thank you. This is such a beautiful learning for all of us, and thank you to your mentor, because asking very curious questions and asking other person to reflect on it rather than giving an advice. A simple answer could be learn ABCD things that will help you. No, forcing them to think what they want to do. Or in Sushmita's case, what is your passion? It's not about whether she should learn Java or not, but do you really like Java as a language, or do you want to do something else and go for that particular passion? I think that's very important, and I believe that's where the trust of a good mentoring relationship, where you are opening the worldview, you're opening the mind, bringing the whole learning mindset, and helping them find their own journeys, not try to mimic the journey which we have gone through it, right? I know we are running short of time and there are a few questions from the audience, so I'll maybe ask one last question to you, Sakshi. 77 students already mentored, right? And 7 years of journey. If you have to reflect back and say there is one thing I would have done differently with this last 7 years of experience, what would that be?
Okay, let me tell you guys, I've never met my mentees, okay? I went to their hometown, but I didn't get a chance to meet them. And what I feel now is that I wanted to meet some of my mentees, okay? And if you are in the same city, for all the mentors right here, just try to meet them. You know, there are a lot of emotions that are connected. Even I would reflect on one of the incident. Okay, it was my second mentorship journey here with Mentor Together, and there was a girl called as Poonima. Okay, she was from Phule University, Pune. Her mom was she was completely from unprivileged section of the society, you know, where girls are being treated like, okay, don't have to work much, you don't have to do the job. Okay, I convinced their parents, okay, you allow your daughter to work, I'll take a guarantee of that. You call me if there is something that goes wrong, but just allow her. Unfortunately, as Mukesh mentioned, right, you don't get at times. And after giving 11 consecutive interviews, she was not getting into any organization. I used to talk to her continuously, even every other day. I was like, what is the problem? Then I understood there is nothing, there is no problem. She is absolutely good. She has good resume. She got her good communication skill. And whatever I told her, she studied that, you know, but something was missing. I told her just one thing. If you're not getting something right, that's a God direction. You'll get something really good. You just don't lose your confidence. Just forge ahead with whatever you are getting. And the 12th interview, she got selected in NOR and she got a package of around 15 plus LPA. And she tells me, ma'am, I was not getting that opportunity because it was just 3.2 LPA. That's the reason I was like, that's what I was telling you. Don't have to be depressed. You just have to be happy. You have to put your efforts constantly and you have to realize that sometimes it's the God direction. It's not about how much you're working hard. And from her first salary, and that was something really motivating for me. From her first salary, she sent me some amount, and she sent me that sari that is famous in Pune. I think that peacock thing is there on that. She sent me a handwritten note, and she was like, "Ma'am, you changed my life." And that moment, I realized I need to work for this. So I always feel whenever I go to Pune, I'll meet them. I'll do really something special for them. I'll meet all my mentees. So that's what I think. And one more thing I would add is that you have to be, you have to increase your emotional quotient, EQ. You don't have to be
Absolutely.
always logical. So that's two thing
Absolutely.
I
No,
would say.
and Sakshi, this is so important. And I always say there is a learning moment for all of us at all the time in all the interactions. And if you ask me today, I have that learning moment, the amount of accountability you take in your mentees, that's amazing. Because sometimes we do make it enrolled in a program, achieved a goal, we have done our job. But how personal accountability you are taking, that's a learning moment for me. And maybe I'll throw up this question back to the audience based on our discussions of last 45 minutes or so, and plus your own experience. If there are few things you would recommend and say these are absolute no-nos, do nots do as a mentor on a mentoring relationship, what would you say that be? We can take one or two folks who can share your thoughts. What should not be done? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Anusha. I'm from India Welfare Trust. So we work with a lot of volunteers, and as you asked, one thing that we shouldn't do, big no-no, is going with an assumption, that, okay, this is the situation, this is the answer, this is the way out. No, I mean, you should go with the learning mindset that maybe I have to unlearn something and learn the way. Because when I started, I mean, I'll take a minute. When I started teaching my son 1+1, I was like, why don't you get 1+1? I mean, this is so simple. Why don't you count 1, and then it is 2? But then I figured out okay, his age is just 3.5, 4, and I'm like, I'm a grown-up. And for me, it is simple. For him, it is just too
Yes.
complicated. So I have to unlearn my methods and then learn a way that would, make him learn that concept. So going with an assumption and with the hardcore rules
Beautifully,
of your own is
beautifully
something
said.
big
No
Yes,
no.
yes.
assumptions, don't be judgmental. Yes, sir, you wanted to share something.
Hello everyone, my name is Manish Rawat and right now I'm placed in Maharashtra. I'm in a fellowship right now. So first of all, as a learning, because I'm working with the children also, the important thing is that don't impose things. Understanding is very
Correct.
important. We come with a pre-mindset that there should be happening there. But don't impose things to as a mentees because they have different background, different conditions, and we are coming from the learning mindset also. They should have learned like this. But when we impose things, we never understand what the situation of that person right now. So never impose things on, especially the mentees. That is very
Wonderful.
important.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Anyone
you.
else like to share? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Madhuri. I'm from UNI Trust in Bangalore. I think we work with a lot of volunteers, and one misconception they come with is I'm going to change the mentee's life in just one interaction. That's a big no. It's a journey to take.
It's a
It's
journey.
long
It's a
process.
very long process.
Very long
So
process.
yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you
for.
so much.
Yeah, good morning, one and all. I'm Fanindra. I'm mentor of change, Atal Innovation Mission, Mentor India program. One thing I would like we all chase with deadlines, goals, reaching our vision. So in the process, what we forget is the journey. So, sometimes to get the results, we may do what is easy rather than what is right.
Exactly.
So, I always introspect myself and I ask my mentees also to introspect. Okay, we have got it done, but did we do it in right way or did we choose the path which
Easy
God,
path,
yeah,
yes.
easy path. So I always caution myself and also I caution my mentees for the same.
Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. We
So
had a great discussion and points which you have shared. And especially Sushmita and Mukesh, I am so impressed. When I was
really,
your age, I couldn't be sitting here and talking about anything, right? So, what you have achieved, and best wishes to both of you to achieve your aspiration. And Sakshi, like I said, you have inspired me on taking the accountability and the passion you bring to the table. So I'm honored to be here with all of you. And thank you, everyone, and have a great mentoring time for the rest of the 2 days.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, let's give them a big round of applause. Yes, thank you. A wonderful, amazing session, isn't it? I've got my takeaways. I mean, there's so much. I was just thinking, what could be a transformative mentoring relationship? It could be looking beyond just transferring skills, imparting skills, looking beyond transferring values, emotions, life-changing experiences, building trust in relationship. It's all about a journey, right? And it's very difficult to wrap up the entire journey, their experience in 60 minutes. I know it was very difficult. Yeah, but what to do? Like we have to go and start our next session. Values in mentorship, and something wonderful came out today. It's a mutual transformation that we see in this journey. It's not just about the mentees getting transformed, but it's also for mentors. Great session, isn't it? Again, let's give them a big round of applause. Wonderful. And I hope you all liked and enjoyed listening their insights and their experience. And it's my privilege and honor to thank my esteemed panelists, all the members who are sitting here up on the dais. And I'll just take 1 minute of yours. Okay, so on behalf of Mentor Together, it's my privilege to present a small token of appreciation, and I want one of my colleagues to help me in this. Okay, so I want to thank Mr. Sharansh for his valuable time, his inspiring, speech, and sharing his experience, everything. So thank you so much, sir, for your time and for your experience. Let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you so much. On behalf of Mentor Together, again, it's my privilege to present this memento to Sakshi. Thank you so much, Sakshi, for your valuable insights and inspiring us today. Again, on behalf of Mentor Together, it's my privilege to present this token of appreciation to Mr. Mukesh. Thank you so much for your valuable insights and inspiring us today. Thank you for your time. Thank you. We're grateful for your presence and contribution. And yes, again, let's honor our mentee Sushmita for your time and for your valuable insights. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So before we end up, I would like to say something. Thanks
Please.
a lot,
Please.
Mentor Together team, for giving us opportunity to express ourselves and express the journey. And to all the girls out here, I would just say, achieve your dreams, work hard, be independent, earn your own money, and do well. And if I can be any help to any one of you right here sitting, who is sitting here at this place, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. You can search Sakshi Jain. I have not updated my current company because I've recently joined it. So you could search me from Sakshi Jain Walmart. And I would appreciate to help anyone who is sitting in this room. Please reach out to me if you require any help in your journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.